man. This weekend we got to get together and set up a time and just talk when I can breathe for a minute and go over
Yeah,
lots of
there's a lot
stuff.
to talk about. Yeah, a lot to talk about. I
Yeah,
went to
definitely. No, and I don't want to put it on the back burner. I just need to get a little bit of time, and I'm just usually so dead by right now. But yeah, this weekend we'll jump on and get a lot of stuff going.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the
I'll
post.
be here. I was gonna go to the Warriors game and do a weekend with my buddy works for the Warriors and stuff, but now I'm gonna work, so we're good.
Okay. I'm about to share the post. We're live now, guys, for everyone who's watching on the
Yeah.
page. I am about to share it out to the group, and then we'll give it a few minutes and let people jump on sharing group.
All right. All right.
For both chats to see who's gonna ask questions where.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up too.
Yeah, so everybody, if you're live now, there's a couple people on now. If you're watching it on the page and you're not a member of the group, make sure you join the group as well. There's a link to it on the page. Then if you're on the page, if you're on the group and you're not a fan of the page, all our videos. Everything's echoing off me because is somebody watching it or is that me fucking?
No.
Okay. All right. So it looks like we're good here. Let me just pull up the page and then we'll get started up. Wait for a few people to come on. I know we put an event out, so I'm expecting a decent amount of people. All right. So let me just pull up the page and who's watching it right now? That's live on here. Nick.
What's up? How you guys doing? Yeah. We're back, and we're coming in tomorrow and Friday. We're going to be going off here.
Back to back. Yeah, today we got Charles here, the bearded guru. We'll get into his intro here in a minute. Tomorrow we got the talented Mr. Salas. And on Friday, it's fucking Friday. So, Nick, you'll be joining us for that one.
Hopefully. I will be there this time. I will be on, ready to roll.
Awesome. Yeah, I just got to get this. I'm getting sidetracked here. But yeah, I just got to get this the group up, and then I can monitor both. But yeah, let's get started up, guys. We're scheduled. We're here. There's about 7 people watching right now. So go ahead, Nick, kick it off.
Yeah. First off, we wanted to we got a great guest here today. Charles, he works over at Clickfunnels. He is incredible as far as back-end stuff. He's done a lot of help with our end for the certified partnership. He's been awesome. We got to know him at the live event. He's been working on some really, really cool stuff. So we wanted to bring him on so he can talk. He's got some cool things he wants to share with you that we want to share with you here today. And really, with that being said, Charles, give us a little bit about your background, your history, what you do, who you are, and then we'll go from there, man.
Hi. My name is Charles. Frankly, I've been in the ClickFunnels community for about 3 years now. I've been working with them in their support channels. A little bit of history about me. I'm a veteran. I served right after 9/11. Spent 5 years, got out, moved out here to South Carolina, started going to school to be a programmer, which came into play as I was being a support agent with ClickFunnels. Is kind of start to notice different things that people want extra for like their stuff. So I would build side work for people.
So real quick, Charles, I want to say that the support, Charles is one of the top support guys over there. Anyone who's in the ClickFunnels certified partnership with Balls and IR, he's the one who helps with us directly. He's been absolutely amazing with helping things. He gets requests all the time with ClickFunnels for custom stuff, custom programming, random things, and he's just been incredible for getting those types of things done and providing top level support, especially at the higher level. So we've seen what he can he can do. How long have you been? You said 3 years at ClickFunnels. How long have you been in the role of basically like head of support or one of the top support for the certified partners?
I've been in this field for about a year now, working with all of the VIP clients with ClickFunnels.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's definitely been nice when you get to that. We all know that take a little bit on ClickFunnels sometimes, but when you got the certified partner level, you get pretty quick access, and it's amazing what Charles is able to do and able to help out. So yeah, man, you mentioned that you get a lot of different requests for back end, really spicing up landing pages, getting sales pages better, helping them convert. Talk a little bit about some of the common things that you've seen come up, some of the ways you may have been able to help people, some success stories, something along those lines as far as some of your experience here.
Well, I mean, Jesus, it's so much work that I've done.
I know, man. You're incredible out there.
It's like pinpoint specific stuff, but a lot of things just a lot of people come into it. I mean, ClickFunnels is great for the non-programmers, but once you know a little bit more, a lot more you can bring to the table as far as what ClickFunnels can offer. What I noticed was a lot of people just they don't want to go that route. They don't want to learn. They want it done now. So a lot of my work has just been design elements, people needing like custom menu items, sliders, pretty much any type of custom JavaScript elements that can be added to ClickFunnels. That's what I basically work on for the most part.
Yeah, so people have been, I mean, basically with some of our discussions and what I'm familiar with, they've been asking for some pretty crazy stuff, and you've actually gone out and built it for them and helped them install it on the pages, correct? Like you'll actually go in and do some custom programming for people at that higher level when they're looking for certain things?
Right. I mean, are you talking about ClickFunnels or are you talking about just personal?
Both, man. Yeah, I mean,
gotta separate that.
Yeah,
I don't really do much like for I do within the realms as far as what support allows me to.
Gotcha.
ClickFunnels. People who have reached out to me through Facebook and other social media. Those people I'll go in there and I'll actually build it out for them and teach them what I'm doing so that they can fully understand how the process works.
Gotcha. Okay. So I know that you've mentioned you've had a lot of different requests, and you actually have come up with something, recently that can be great for, marketers. Why don't we talk a little bit about, what led to, the creation of what you're getting ready to launch, what it might be good for, and how it might be able to help some people, and in our audience and ourselves included, to help improve and step up our marketing efforts and take everything to the next level. And really, at the end of the day, get more money for clients and help us make some more money as well.
Well, over the past 3 years, I've seen a trend as far as what people specifically were asking for that came up the most. So I actually created a membership site called Guru Scripts that gives people access to code generators for these specific types of things that have come up. Like a lot of people know of my Guru slider. Get a lot of traffic on Facebook for it. People get messed up when they're trying to, because I just give them the code and they have to fill it out themselves. But what I did with the membership site was to create these plugins where people just put in their information, press a button, all the code is generated for them, so they don't have to go in and edit anything, and they just copy and paste it right into the system.
And then you're good. So you're basically giving codes, and this can be installed anywhere, not just necessarily ClickFunnels, but any WordPress backend, any type of any of the other landing page generators.
Yeah, like it can be used in anything, WordPress sites, your own custom HTML, anywhere that you can put in, custom CSS, JavaScript, like your own custom code.
Gotcha. Work. Okay, so I know that a lot of people here who might be, watching probably don't have, the programming experience and might not even know what CSS is and some of that custom scripts. What kind of, examples for the plugins that, that you've created that you can, add into the page easily? And then maybe talk a little bit, maybe give an example of one of how that can help improve conversion rate and help improve, lead generation. Because again, a majority of the people watching are really looking for that lead generation side of things. So what's the easiest way to explain, hey, we've got this great piece of code, we can put it on a site, and this will help increase, conversion or make your site prettier or load faster or whatever it is the plugin specifically might do.
Well, I mean, the Guru slider itself, any person that's selling a creative business or service, like photography, real estate agents trying to show off houses, sliders are great for that. being able to display a lot of information in a compact area without it taking up so much of the page. So, I mean, these types of people, they just go in and literally throw in their links of the images that they want to show, press a button, copy it, and throw it right into a custom HTML form. Loads up.
So basically, go ahead, Bones.
Is it possible, Charles, for you to like show us something live? Or am I putting you on the spot?
Yeah, because I think it'll help visually. Because I get what you're saying. You're basically making it easy to have a really nice gallery that will shift in and out, right? As far as like let's use realtors. Let's just break it down with one simple thing. Obviously, it can be extrapolated to others, but if you've got good imagery, you can make it into a nice slideshow type situation. Is that what you're saying here? And make it really easy to set up and do from a gallery standpoint.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or like awesome. A photographer showing off like a bridal photographer showing off photography events that they've done for previous clients. Things like that.
So like when you're working, like we're about to pick up a photographer too, so those things might be good for us to. Yeah, if you could share your screen and kind of show some cool shit. I'm putting you on the spot, like 100%.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be great because like the power of what you're saying is huge. It's very, very expensive to get good galleries and good back-end slideshows and get things that look really nice. And so being able to automate that and have a simple script coded is extremely valuable. For those who have worked with, programming costs and back-end stuff, how expensive it can end up being and how time-consuming it can be to wait. And, it has to be done properly, and one little thing can mess it up. So if we've got it set up where you can almost plug and play specifically visually, that's going to be huge value.
Get my stuff open.
You're getting the shit open.
Gotta open my shit.
Nice. So so while you're doing that, Balls, what's going on, man? How's the week been for you? Well, Charles is getting ready.
All right, man. My new campaign that I was telling you, I think before we got online, got a bunch of leads today, so that's good. I went to a trade show today, like not a trade show, like a business expo, small business expo. I spoke to a ton of people, probably a lot of potential clients out of that. I can comfortably say I might be able to convert 2 deals out of that.
Nice. That's huge. Just by going and networking, man. Crazy.
And so like one of them is a franchisor that it's looking for franchise leads, and they say, well, we need help. Basically, I said, yeah, I told them what we do. And they're like, yeah, we need help with targeting because we need to hit certain income levels, this and that and that. I'm like, yeah, and then I told them about stuff I've done. And so they're really interested. I got because when you go to these things, you can usually meet the decision maker or somebody that is close to the decision maker. So, I get in touch with the VP of franchise sales. That's someone that's in charge of how they're going to develop their franchise, do their franchise development, right? So that's a good thing. And then I ran into a chiropractor there. So I'm like, oh, dude, fuck yeah. that was a layup, right? that was a layup. Yeah, and then just a couple other so yeah, one thing I noticed, and we'll probably talk about this in another call, is that a lot of people had booths. There was a lot of social media guys that had booths. And I went and I spoke to them. I would say only one of the 20 or 30 people that had those booths actually run Facebook ads. When they do social media, they mean like 4 posts and a fucking blog and this and that. They're not doing actual ad campaigns. And so I have conversations coming up with some of these people that we kind of started talking about is, hey, how can I, help you run these ads, or how can we work together, right? Because they're not necessarily going to go and learn this new skill set. So there's a lot of opportunity in that as well.
Yeah, that's a great point and something we should talk about soon. I think we talked about this a little bit, but we're pounding trial calls right now and taking maybe 20 trial calls a week. I think I did 11 trial calls yesterday. Really going hard after a specific niche with our cold callers. And I'm running into that, well, what's my engagement? What's my reach? I mean, I had to explain to a guy today, I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like I can throw fluff up your ass all day long and talk, blow smoke and rainbows, but no one gives a shit. All that matters is how many leads you have, like we're in direct response. We're not fucking managing Facebook praise and looking things look pretty. And then also having to deal with the conversation about people who their brand isn't big enough or doesn't sound like it's enough coming from them. I told a guy that we weren't a good fit, even though he wanted to run because he kept making changes to our ad copy. And I'm like, dude, I want to work with someone who wants to help the bottom line and isn't so concerned with what they're. It's not like we were even saying anything that cheesy. It's just that's a great topic though for the future. The difference between the direct response and then social media management and how to really go through that. Because a lot of these people are fed all this fluff and they're paying $1,000, $2,000 a month for people to post 4 times a month and do like Meet Edgar, and they send reports and say, oh, you reached 48,000 people, like it's a fucking branding play or some shit. But they have no idea how much it actually helped them. But anyways, that's a whole side conversation. Whole side conversation. We'll have a lot to share with the experience of 4 cold callers, taking 20 to 30 trial calls a week, moving into an office that can hold 25 people. We're going through all that stuff right now, and the fun and the costs. We'll get to all that stuff on a different spot.
All right, Charles, you ready to show us some shit?
Yeah, I'll show you some shit.
Let's do it, man.
Let me know when you see the screen.
Yeah, I see it.
Yep.
All right, so basically, there's a instructional video here that will explain pretty much how to work with this system here. Pretty simple. So what we'll do is I'll just grab some image, that in, other image will just.
While you're doing that, for those of you guys watching, I'm posting a link to Guru Script so you guys can check that out at your own time, or if you want to, so you have easy access to it.
I'll just put one in here, but you can also set it up so that, like, as the images are coming through, if somebody clicks on it, they'll throw in a click-through URL here, so it'll take them off the page or whatever.
Oh, it can take them to another page within Clickfunnels or something, right?
Right. Set your delay, so you could do 6 seconds. Change the direction. Have it go left. Here.
Or so this is optimized right. For mobile, right? So this is like, because we know that most of the traffic is going to be mobile. So this is really good for that, it looks like.
Right. This is it's actually responsive design. So it fit. Like I could have 11 of these up on the page right now. Fitting.
So now let's walk it through for somebody that's just knows basic ClickFunnels, like how to set up a landing page and shit like that. So now they plug all this information in, we grab the links, we do all that stuff. Now we're going to copy that CSS that you had there and paste it somewhere.
Right. So you'll just click in there. It'll automatically select everything. You just copy it. Come over to a custom JavaScript. Paste that in. This carries all of the options. Setup was.
Yeah.
You grab your custom CSS. You just copy up that section. Paste that in. Lastly, got a link to the JavaScript file. I'm working on fixing. For now, you can just copy the link address for that. Go into your tracking settings spot.
You're cutting out a little bit. I don't know. Do you hear it cutting out, Nick, or is it just me?
A little bit. It's not too bad, but yeah, it's a little bit.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, now I hear you.
All right. And then, like I said, I got to fix that to make that. Just got a link to that JavaScript file there. Once that's set up, you just save it.
Save it, and then we can preview it and see the changes here. Oh, that's pretty slick.
And it'll rotate through.
Yeah, it'll work through whatever settings, whether you did it right, left, up, or down.
Yeah, wow. That would be
I'm also going to be bringing in. Next update for this is more transitions, obviously. I want to get in the realm of more, making it look a little. Right now, it's just pretty much professional, but I want to give it a little more flair to it.
So now you're gonna add transitions like fade and fucking all the crazy shit that you see in like those video editing softwares and shit.
Right, it's gonna be a full blown. Each of these plugins are designed. Each of these plugins are designed to operate as fully functional software products. So, I mean, you're getting access right now. There's 5.5. I say a half because I have to finish up a little bit of one of them. But you get 5.5 plugins that touch bases on different parts of the market economy. But each one of those are going to spread, and I'm just going to keep, the whole plan is just to keep dumping stuff in there. So
yeah, so let's talk about a little bit about so the Guru scripts essentially came from all this different stuff that you built for other people that wanted certain functionalities within their ClickFunnels account that they didn't want to go find somebody on Upwork or find a programmer or coder and pay a couple of $100 per. Oh, I don't even know what they charge for these kind of scripts, but I'm assuming anywhere from like $200 to $400, right? To have something coded the way you want it. So you're seeing what the market's already asking for, what other users are asking for. You build it for them, and now you're packaging it all together in a manner so that, people like myself and Nick can just say, hey, you know what? I have access to all this stuff, and as you keep adding, I keep having access to everything new.
correct. It's just, yeah. I mean, basically that's what it boils down to. The more and more work I get on the side, like usually that stuff just is going to end up in here as well. But I mean, I don't want to get too crazy because it'll get to the point where I can't control like all the different software options. But the main ones that people like, I have a feature request group that people can join, where they tell me what they're looking for, and if there's enough support for those kinds of things,
Okay, nice.
I'll save
So
them. A lot of these people are going to be charging you like $250 an hour to work on stupid stuff like this.
Yeah, somebody that knows what they're doing. And then it's
Yeah.
better that it's there because you're getting it from the direct marketers, from the people that are building funnels versus trying to go like me when I work with people from Upwork and stuff like that. It takes me hours to just explain to them what I'm looking for, right? Because most of the time they're from, India or Philippines or wherever they're going to be from. And they do the concept of, hey, this is what I wanted to do. Is not that simple. You have to sit literally line item by line item, list out everything. And if you knew how to code, you could have just done the whole shit yourself. So now it's making it easier, especially now there's stuff that I can, if I go Guru Scripts right now and I'm looking at all the plugins, which I want you to show here in a second, I can say, oh, you know what? I didn't even think about using something like this, but this will work with this, So now it's giving me options instead of me having to think of what might work in what situation.
Well, the plugins that I have in here now, like we have the Animation Factory, which is pretty much you can get more attention on your pop-ups as they happen, adding different types of animations for them. And then as simple as just throwing
capture pop-ups.
Yeah,
go through those, Nick. Nick, you watching this shit?
Yeah, man. So
I zoom it in.
I would like to see what the numbers would be on the difference of conversion on using certain different types of pop-up animations. And how does that translates all well to mobile the same way, right?
Correct. Essentially, all it's doing it's just going to play off of the pop-ups responsive design setting.
Nice.
Very like this one. Smack them in the face with it.
Yeah.
No, but then they just throw in their button ID. So whatever button on their page that they're gonna call the pop up on, and they just press it and it'll activate it. But on the buttons here, hover examples, you can set this on on buttons, or you can set it on images, make it animate. So people are hovering around the page to make different parts pop out.
So Charles, quick question, man. This is definitely fascinating. I'm already, trying to think of, not trying. I already can see lots of uses where this can help improve conversion. I'm sure you get requests, from all kinds of people, from Clickfunnels that has led you down to this. But let's use this button type stuff for an example. Do you have any stories of, sometimes where this has really helped improve conversion rate, got more people in the door? Because obviously that's what all this is all about. How do we get more leads in? But if you can talk a little bit about maybe, some experiences, some case studies, something like that, where buttons, for example, have made a big difference.
I don't really have any, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie to you. The concept, I mean, I could sit here and fluff you, oh yes, but I mean, I really don't have any hard set metrics under that. But
Okay.
anytime that you can, because if they're just, a lot of times people are just moving around the page with their mouse.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a certain thing that you want to kind of pop out when they're going over it, something like this will bring that to their attention. You're making the page more more dynamic in design, and people got so much ADD these days. They're just doing this crap. But if you can pause them for a second by having some type of extra, hey, look at me, or some pulsing button that's going to draw the eye to it. I mean, that's all science. Anybody reading something, if there's movement on the page, they're immediately going to focus their eyes there. Yeah. So I might not have any hard evidence, facts and numbers that shows that this does it, but from a psychologist's point of view, there's no reason why that wouldn't be. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And first off, we definitely appreciate the no fluff. The whole thing of this is no fucking bullshit. We're not trying to blow smoke and rainbows up people's asses and shit. We're interested in results and what converts and what works. I could definitely see uses for this though, and really drawing attention because, like you said, the world has no attention right now. And look at the rise of, emojis or whatever for marketing and in ads and shit. The more you can draw attention to what you want them to do, like specifically a call to action here, the more that in theory is definitely going to help improve conversion rate, get more people to click on your shit.
Yeah, and I think one thing, Charles, too, now that you're going to have more users actually using your stuff besides the people that you make it for, because from his aspect, Nick, it's like people are asking for a certain feature, but after it's implemented, he doesn't know what they're doing with it. Like, he doesn't go and look and see what the difference is. So now, we can actually say we take on and we change one aspect of it, use the hover me button or whatever on our landing pages, and we just change that. Then we can go and say, hey, you know what? It increased conversion by fucking 2%. We don't know yet, right? So that's something, Charles, that you may want to start tracking from your users to see, hey, how did this specific change help convert so you can build your case studies? Because, I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't work because when you're looking at shit, like you said, attention is everything. And when you're scrolling down or something's popping up at you or like moving or something, you're gonna pay attention to it.
I'm gonna implement it tomorrow. Seriously, because I'm not even kidding. I think that's brilliant. I'm already looking at the slider as well for one of our specific landing pages to test out because guys, I don't know if you guys realize this stuff is super valuable. Like you said, $250 an hour. That's not anywhere out of that's definitely not unheard of for the type of stuff it is, and to be able to have all this stuff where you can copy and paste and be able to do it is fantastic. So I'm already looking forward to really testing some of this stuff out as well.
Well, the direction that I'm going to be going into, people are going to be able to save. They're going to be able to have a database to write their stuff to. So they create a slider and they save that to the database. They can go in without having to go to their page. They can go in straight to that page, make whatever, or that plug or that saved slider that you create. They'll be able to make just changes there and not even have to log into ClickFunnels. All the code will be.
So it'll update automatically.
Yeah, that's where because right now I'm giving you the code, but this is going to turn into more. Here's just a single line that you go place on your page. That's going to play whatever you create inside of here.
It's going to be like a SaaS where hey, instead right now you're like, all right, let me give you the code. You got to put it into these 3 places. But now version 2 or version 3 of Guru Scripts, we're going to just do everything in Guru Scripts, say, okay, I'm going to change this here, and it'll automatically update to my landing page.
Right. And then you'll be able to see you'll be able to track stats on that stuff too at that point. So it is a good possibility we could start looking into the realm of setting some webhooks up that will fire back into the system based on whatever order form happened with that particular addition that you had on it, and you can see if it created a sale from it or not.
I think that's
so one thing I want to touch on here, guys. This is awesome. One thing we haven't talked a whole lot about on any of our lives, really, Bob. So you can correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys said when I wasn't there, is straight up conversion on pages. So this is another tool to add to help convert. Because at the end of the day, cost per clicks and all that shit, that's like the end of the thing. The most important thing is how is your funnel converting? How are your landing pages converting? And all these little types of things can make a massive difference. And these are having them pre-scripted and ready to go is awesome. And one thing, I mean, being able to test and play around with some of these can be huge for helping improve conversion rate, because the way we break down things is, okay, what's our conversion rate? And then from there, we'll go back and then we'll start looking at cost per click and cost per impression and relevancy, and all those other types of things. But first and foremost, the most important part of everything is making sure that once you get somebody there, it actually fucking convert. And so having tools like this in your kit, along with stuff like Clickfunnels, whatever, can really help improve. And it comes down to some of that creativity too, as far as, really trying to test new things and see what works and what doesn't. So this is definitely pretty legit, man.
Yeah, the percentage conversion is very important. Like
that's the number one thing, like what is the percentage conversion? Then we'll figure out how much it costs to get us there. Because we all know we can lower our cost per clicks by having the right messaging and the right imagery and the right targeting. But none of that shit matters if your page doesn't convert. Like, you can get 4-cent clicks, but if no one's going to opt in or buy your shit, then it doesn't freaking matter. So this is part of, the core part of the, most important part, which is, little things that you can add onto your page that, might seem little but can have a huge impact on conversion. That sliding imagery right there for real estate, all the people running real estate funnels, is a fantastic ad. It just adds more value to the page, makes it look more professional, and in turn should help convert more.
Yeah, I gotta test some shit like that out, like that new campaign I told you about. That my landing page is only converting at like 4%. Like, we're getting leads, but it's just by fucking driving so much traffic. So if I can get that to a 10% conversion, then I fucking, the sky's the limit, right? 10% is, I'm happy with that.
Oh yeah, man. We're getting 10% conversion on anything. We're excited. I mean, we have some funnels that are like 30%. It obviously comes down to your offer and what you're doing. But we really want to say this is a tool in the arsenal for what is probably the most important piece, the conversion on your page once you get traffic there. And that's something else. We'll go over that, Balls. I think that's actually a good topic too. Talking about how to break down a funnel and where you want to look first and how you want to deconstruct it. Because a lot of people are like, oh, my cost per click super high. Well,
I want to ask Charles something while I got him here too, before you show us the other scripts that I want to see, is when you create split tests in ClickFunnels, right? And it makes a split test. That number that it says, it always, for me, I don't know if it's for anybody else, but for me, it always says that ClickFunnels says that this is going to convert less. Does that happen by default? Or if I make a better landing page, it'll actually tell me it'll be better?
It all depends on what the traffic, that particular version, like how many conversions happened on it, how many times it was
after
viewed.
traffic. So when I first make one and it says this one's anticipated to perform worse or whatever it says, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, that's default. It's just
okay.
it's gotta pick one off the bat. It's gotta be.
I thought that
like, this is the bad guy.
That's like, hey, you made this landing page and it sucks. It's not gonna fucking convert. Don't drive traffic to.
No, it's not that intelligent. If it was, it would. I'm pretty sure Russell would be selling it for a lot more than what he is. But
awesome. I needed to know that just for my own selfish reasons.
And test stuff. People look. If being on the support for 3 years, if there's one thing that I can tell you, test your shit out. Don't be that guy that fucking builds their funnel and just sends traffic to it. Don't be that guy. That is the number one issue that most everybody runs into. And I'm not, your audience, I'm pretty sure they're intelligent. They wouldn't be doing that, but just in case, if anybody's out there, always test your stuff and don't wait for it to be perfect before you start sending traffic to your stuff, because your idea of perfect is not going to be somebody else's. So you can spend all this time building a great, beautiful funnel, and then it converts like shit Whereas,
I mean, I've seen some of Nick's landing pages. He's like, yo, this landing page converts better than this one. And I'm like, what?
It's a running joke. We've got the world's fucking ugliest landing pages. So some of our main campaigns, they are shit, but they
can watching. I seen one of his, and he's like, yeah, this one, the one that we saw, that when he showed us, the nice one, and then he showed me this other one. He's like, yeah, this one works better, and it's fucking uglier.
We've spent so much money on making our landing pages nicer. It's these types of things. It's the little elements that make the biggest difference. The structure, the ad copy, and the little things that make a big difference, like the draw to the attention over the hover, the making it look a little professional. But it's, yeah, man, our shit's a little embarrassing.
I'm gonna actually go in with like trying to make an ugly landing page for that campaign I'm working on, just to see if it works better.
Well, the idea is you always start with something shitty. You always start with something that just fucking sucks. And most people are going to kick rocks and be like, well, fuck this, I'm not doing this, I failed. And it's like, no, you're going to fail a lot on that fucking funnel until you get that damn thing streamlined. Every funnel can be streamlined if it's got the right market. If you got the right audience in front of your page, you can streamline that bucket. I mean, that's what Russell teaches through all of his programs, is test every fucking thing out. Use a green button, try a yellow button. If you use a yellow button, try a blue button. Headline 2 pixels smaller. I mean, it's amazing the shit that it's the psychology of purchasing is crazy. If you really want to know that stuff, you gotta be a psychiatrist to be able to understand people to that level.
All right, let's get into some other cool shit that we got here, because I want to see all of it.
Well, this is one of the newest ones I did, which was the Guru Form Builder. A lot of people who have if they're using Clickfunnels and they have Actionetics, which if you don't, you're crazy. But they have Actionetics, but they have like a third-party WordPress site or something, and they want to be able to connect they want to be able to build the form so that they can submit that information into a ClickFunnels page so that it transmits and that contact gets added into Actionetics. Right now, there's no way to do that because there's no direct API link to get into ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels only sends information out. It won't accept any in. So what I did is built a form here, a generator basically, and you could use whatever form you have set up on your blog site. And you just build it out like you normally would. So like you'd put the page URL. This would be the page that you want to send the lead information to. So you would have like your list, your integration set up on that page. Then you throw in your text fields, which full name, email. I haven't done custom yet. They're a little bit more funky, but that's coming soon. But the main contact information, you just set one up for each one you have. And then like if you had full name, then your button, and generate the form, you just take this information here. And if you say you're inside of ClickFunnels, go up your integrations. Most of your third-party WordPress sites will have some type of area for you to post whatever form code, parse and save it. So now, if somebody opts in on my WordPress page, when they hit here, it's going to transmit the information. So
there'll be an Actionetics sequence.
Right, you'll be able to pull them into Actionetics from a third-party site. It's also a good thing, like say you're running traffic for someone else. What you can do is if you set the form code up in here inside of ClickFunnels, it will split the traffic or it'll split the leads. So the traffic coming in, the contact is created on the page here. So in my account, I get a new contact. Well, that same contact information is getting pushed to this page. So now you can be getting the contact as well. So you can kind of split, you can put, like if you're a leads person, you can put them in 2 different ClickFunnels account at the same time, running off this form code here.
And then also, can we?
Because I had a CSCP person that was doing that. She was running traffic for a client of hers, one of the certified partners, and she needed to get the leads over into her account, even though all the traffic was going into clients. This was perfect for her to be able to split that.
And what would be the reason for her to need to do that? Would be because she has the sequence in her Actionetics?
Or she's the one that she's doing the email campaigns, but she has Actionetics, and say you don't have Actionetics. Right? So they're coming to you for the traffic, but they're coming to, I'm doing your email, so that would come through, and I would set that up that way.
Okay, and then also for for local businesses, or if we're working with a local business and they have a website, we can actually put their customers that come in from any other traffic sources to their website and put them into a similar sequence, or to another sequence through our ClickFunnels.
Right.
That's pretty sick.
That's a big thing people were asking. Guru timer, pretty much this is a timer that actually cookies the user as they come through. You have the ability to edit it.
Wait, so when it says I only have 5 minutes left, that's not true?
Well,
it works every time, man.
It
we use that shit all the time.
Scarcity works.
I've seen a couple people use them on their landing pages. So now this is cooking them. So now if I leave and I come back and the time's expired, it's done.
Right. But if you come back within that time set, it'll stay up. Like it'll continue count down. Currently, it doesn't do that in ClickFunnels.
Currently or really?
No, currently it doesn't. But that's the way it was set up. It was never. That's the route they went with it. But this one, like I said, you could chain these on your funnel. Like you could have it from your opt-in going all the way to your order form. You could have the same timer running, and as the person's coming through, and they can come back to any of the steps. So if you're doing like a product launch funnel, you could set it up that way so that the timer tracks the person as they come through, and they can just keep coming back to that same page.
So that's great. So with the order forms, hey, you have 10 seconds to act now. And then you get to the next page in 7. Okay, I get it. So
dude, we run timers on like 90% of our pages.
You got to. I mean, if they feel like, I've only got 5 minutes. What do you mean? What do you mean? I got to make a decision. And then 9 times out of 10, you're going to get the sell out of it.
Are you running those timers on your consoles? On your consoles landing pages?
No.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. No. Yeah, on different pages. We're not on those ones. That's for everything. Yeah, for everything we do in ClickFunnels, we run the timer.
Oh yeah, that's on the other one.
Yeah,
that's on that other brand.
Yeah. we split back and forth, Charles. We got a lot on Instapage, and we got a lot on ClickFunnels. Hopefully, you're not mad at me, bro. I'm just kidding.
Well, scripts will work with Instapage too. Right?
Yeah, no, the importance of timer is huge. It's fucking mind-blowing that people still fall for that shit. But it's the same thing as like, well, there's only 7 spots available. There's only 48 vouchers left. We've been running one that has comments since January. It's the standard Cairo offer, the normal one everyone knows about. And we've got comments since like January 3rd. And it's been running the exact same ads. You just keep duping the post ID, and it still has the same exclusivity on there as far as there's 17 vouchers available. So there's been 17 vouchers for 4 months, and there's like 40 comments on it. And it still converts like crazy.
We all got ours, yeah.
And no one even says anything. It's hilarious.
What I love, like you get these big speakers, right? Like these good salespeople, really good salespeople. And they sell you, and you think that you're not being sold to the whole time. And they tell you how they're doing it. That's what's they will teach you. They will teach you the art of selling somebody while they're selling you at the same time. And it's so funny that most people just doesn't even dawn on them.
Yeah, man, that's like my obsession in life, to sell people, telling them you're selling them while selling them, and them not even realizing it both times. Like, that's fucking awesome. Like, you have to be such a good
and they thank you. They thank you.
Yep. And then they open your checkbook and give you hella cash. It's awesome. It really goes to show that, most of the country, I haven't been outside the world too much, But all you have to do is look at the news and social media to see.
Outside the world?
You know what I'm saying? Outside the country, get out. Most of the country's fucking brain dead and asleep and doesn't think. So we're a little different over here. We got to disrupt the norm. It's incredible how easily people are influenced and conditioned by advertising and, you know, all the things that we do. I mean, it's just insane. Most people just walk around in a walking daze and just aren't sure what's going on.
Yep. That's what they want. They want us dumb.
It's easier for them. Yeah, exactly. They start thinking too hard. They start to get scared. And yeah.
Just
guide them right into the slaughterhouse. Good one.
Yeah, once we're done seeing all this shit, we're gonna pull out some war stories from Charles. Like
I see.
Stories, not your real world stories. War stories.
or your Clickfunnels war stories.
Okay, good. I can be PG-13 with that. That's cool.
I want you to know and fucking put people on the spot. That's what we're gonna do. No, I'm just kidding. You can just keep the innocent protected and just tell us some good stories. But yeah, all right. So what else we got? What's some other cool shit I can do here?
Then we have testimonials.
I want to see the quiz though. Go to the quiz first. You've been hovering over that because this is I'm assuming is some type of survey or quiz type of that's better than what ClickFunnels has.
Well, this is geared. Mine's geared towards being an actual quiz. The next update that's coming to this, they'll be able to actually use it in like their membership sites. So like it could lock people from being able to advance to step.
Oh, yeah. So like some people that have membership sites or courses that there's limitations on, where like I noticed that ClickFunnels Certified Partners course isn't on ClickFunnels. Like that.
No, what are you talking about?
So like that feature of, hey, let's lock it until you pass this quiz to the next step.
Right. And nice. It would be a good way, you know, and it'll also be able to email out. Like I've got so many ideas that I want to do with this, but like people aren't talking to me, which that's what I hate. Like I'm giving you something, break it, beat it down, tell me what you need it to do so that I can build it. Because in my mind, there's about 50 million fucking things that I could do with this, but I don't want to be wasting my time doing that stupid shit when that's not what's needed.
Well, I get it. And that's a cool thing, though, because now I basically have an in-house developer for any cool shit that I want done in here. And I can say
Within reason.
I was say, Charles, I was just going to say, dude, I'll break some shit for you, bro. Well, I got some stuff for you.
Let's run through the quiz. See how that works. And maybe we can think of something that we can use it for.
Well, the user would just come in, like you would set up your quiz questions, like set up your question, and you can add as many answers as you need. You can move them. You just determine which one's the right one. Question, fill it out, going down. Give it a title, generate the quiz. But essentially, I mean, right now it's just the bare bones. But as you go through, just answer whatever you need to, or whatever the questions are. It'll grade you at the end currently. So what could build off of this is you could generate like a it could go the route of generating like a certificate of completion, and then they put their name and their email in it, and it would generate that image out for them so they could go print it off and be like, yay. Or
what about like Nick, tell me if you think the same way. What about like when you're trying to, you know how the concept of getting a more qualified lead, right? When you're trying to get, so say for example, like you pick a niche and there's certain criteria for that niche, maybe it's in the medical field, and they need to meet like 3 or 4 different things to qualify for whatever surgery or promotion or whatever it is, and that promo could be like a gift certificate or something. So now we can say, hey, you may qualify for up to $1,000 off, blah, 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 whatever. Answer some of these questions below to see if you qualify. Boom, 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 boom. And if they fit those criteria of the answers that are, yes, they can qualify, yes, they can have this procedure, yes, they can do this, then it'll pop up their certificate or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that's brilliant. That's something. So one of the biggest things that we see, balls. I see it everywhere in every group, and it's something we deal with. It's really the only complaint we ever get, we've had in the last year, is lead quality and getting people more committed. And using quizzes is a fantastic way to do it. There's some great people out there. If this is I'm definitely interested in checking this out further, Charles, because we've talked about it a lot. We have ideas, we've got questions, things like that. But used properly, quizzes are definitely one of the hottest things going right now. That's why you see some of these other programs that are huge. But yeah, that can be a great way to help lead commitment. Because the whole thing comes down to getting these guys more committed for what it doesn't matter what industry you're in. When you're running a discount voucher offer, even if it's for a freaking restaurant or whatever, the goal is to just get them more committed to what they're doing. And quizzes get people committed because they have to answer questions, they have to follow through and move forward from it. So it can be extremely powerful.
So typically you'll be paying more per lead, but that they're already committed. Hey, I already went through a 3 to 5 question process to get this shit. I actually want to do it, right? So now at less quantity but more quality as far as lead.
It could even go as far as being like a full blown survey. Well, in that aspect, that's a little bit further down the road, but essentially,
you could do surveys like 2 ways. You could survey your existing customers to find out where you can improve, right? So you send out a survey to your customers, find out for quality control, or to find out, hey, maybe there's, if you're in the product space, right? Maybe there's something with your product. If you're in the service space.
We're actually working on that right now for our cleaning company. Sending them a survey to everyone who didn't sign up. Once we ran our discount offer, and then also everyone who did, who's a current client. For those of you who aren't aware of it, me and Ben, who's not on here, we're silent partners in a residential cleaning business that has.
Getting back in too, actually.
What's that?
I might be getting back in. I got another contact now.
It's fun, man. Well, we could do a whole 2-hour conversation on that and building a business there. And, once you're servicing 40, 50 plus clients and cleaning. Anyways, surveys are fantastic. I'm actually curious to see the testimonials.
Let's jump to that. I know
so are we pulling live testimonials from Facebook? Yeah, I'm curious to see about it. We have some testimonial stuff on our pages. We actually haven't seen what I feel like everyone else has, where having testimonials just changes the game and greatly improves. But I also think that part of it might be us implementing wrong. So I'm curious to see what we've got here and what this can do, Charles. Because I know we all know testimonials are important. I'll never say that. But we just, for whatever reason, when we take testimonials off the page, it's actually helped conversion a lot and improved it.
That too, because what happens is you're giving the lead or the prospect or whoever's on the fucking page more time to just look and not enough less time to commit.
That could very much be it. We find less is more, with depending on if we're just doing opt-ins and discount vouchers and things like that for Kairos, we've definitely found that less is way better. If we're talking about selling a $5,000 product with no phone service or sales, that's a whole different story as far as what we've got. But when we're talking about the local business niche, which a lot of our guys are working in, and ourselves are working in, less is almost always more.
Well, see, that's the aspect where I come, because a lot of these people, they will have there's like that much of their damn page is just full of testimonials, and it's like that's so much wasted space that doesn't need to be there. That's what the whole idea concept behind this was. I had to take the generator code out of this as I'm updating it. But essentially what it'll do is it'll ask for the image, it'll ask for the name, whatever business they're doing, and then whatever the testimonial, and it'll keep it all in a tight spot to where if they're interested in reading it, they're gonna come over here and they can thumb through and see all the different ones, but it doesn't have to take up all the damn page. So if that's a person that's a testimonial aspect, I got to see a testimonial before I buy it, gives them the position to be able to go through all of them without taking up half the whole
yeah, all the freaking real estate and getting you away from your call to actions. Okay, I gotcha. Very cool.
But and different in the future with this one is just different ideas as far as how it looks, different types of setups. All of these, like I said, they're all evolving. And that's why I need people to get in to tell me, okay, what do you need this for? Um, or like with you with the whole idea of doing the quiz thing, so we can get together and actually formulate a plan, and we could build that out in action.
But I want it done yesterday, man.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll definitely be talking with you about that, Charles. And then also the slider and curious with the testimonials as well. So that's awesome, and that's so cool that you're open to feedback and really looking, because you are the freaking programmer. You know, you can build shit out like if there's enough requests. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and I mean, it's overall, I think it's you're going to pay through the nose if you get people to come in and actually custom do the stuff for you. So that was my concept, was to offer the ability to be able to have this stuff on your pages repeatedly without having to go hire a developer to, because they're gonna come in and say, okay, well, you can only use this code on this page. Use it on this page, you're gonna have to pay this fee, and it's like, get all that bullshit. Here's full access to all of this stuff. Yeah.
It's ridiculously expensive.
And most of it's so easy. That's what you're going to pay somebody $250 an hour to make a form animate a different way, and they're going to spend minimum 2 hours to fucking do it. So now you're paying this guy, $500 for something that could have been done in like 15 minutes, and that's where they get you. They're going to get you for that.
Got to remind everyone, this is, Charles here, basically one of the head of support over at ClickFunnels, deals with this stuff, gets questions asked. I'm sure he gets asked questions by top people all the time who are, have 2 comma club funnels, $1 million funnels. And so he's taken this and been able to take some of what I'm assuming, Charles, you can correct me if I'm wrong, some of the most commonly asked questions from some of the main guys and a lot of the people. Because in order to get to Charles, it's a $10,000 investment to even have a conversation with you, right? Like, do you even do anything outside of the certified partnership?
No.
Yeah. So it's a extremely
certified in the inner circle too.
$25,000. Yeah. So what I'm getting at is putting this together based off of what people have asked him who are spending a ton in marketing and in money, and so typically are doing pretty well. Obviously, I'm not saying everyone who's a certified partner is a bajillionaire or the best marketer, but you're taking the common questions from the biggest spenders and the guys who are most likely doing a tremendous amount of volume and revenue on their funnels and building them in an easy way to add in. I mean, that's just insane value right there. One of my biggest things is follow and model what other people are doing, what works. So you wouldn't have built this if it wasn't coming from, I'm sure, some pretty heavy hitters, people who are using them and wanting to get out to the public because it's going to get common, people are going to talk about it, and being able to have this all in one place is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to help out the little guy.
There you go, man. That's what's up. That's what's up.
So is that all of the scripts in there, Charles?
Currently, yeah. The testimonials, the quiz, the timer, the slider.
What do you have on the horizon? Like, what are you working on? I know you said you had a couple other things that you're gonna put in there that you haven't told me what it was yet. So now I'm putting you on the spot in front of the live audience.
Well, right now, the biggest thing is creating the ability to be able to save your stuff in the database. That's the next biggest update to this system as a whole. And as far as the generators, code stuff, until people tell me what they need or what they're looking for, I'm just going to keep working on the ones that I have currently. Like I'm seriously open to, if somebody says they need this, boom, we'll work together, we'll knock it out, and they won't have to pay anything extra for it because it'll just be right there in the.
So yeah, how much does GuruScripts cost? You didn't actually launch it yet, right? Officially, nobody has really been privy to, hey, let me buy this. What does it actually cost?
It's $29.99 a month. or you can do $2.99 a year, or you can become a founder $4.99, and it'll be yours for life. You'll have full access to everything.
$29?
Yeah, if you do it $29.99 a month, you do the monthly.
So basically, the cost of me getting a program to pay to have them do one of these things.
Not even one. Dude, that doesn't even pay you for shit. You can't even talk to a developer for 20. I mean, I guess you can go on Fiverr and get a guy from Bangladesh or something, and he's going to fucking ruin your server and shit. But, like, you can't even talk to somebody for that. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we'll be talking, Charles. I'm sure we've got some ideas for you after this. I'm excited that you agreed to come on and share this with us. It's pretty big having, here knowing who you work with and what you do over at ClickFunnels. And we actually, because we're in the certified partnership program, knowing what you've done for us. So that's awesome, man.
Yeah, nobody's seen this yet, but remember.
That's
reveal. Like, I remember, I think last month I got added to your Facebook page that you made, Charles. Like, so we got the hint, right, of something coming. But you haven't actually went and marketed this to anybody, as far as I know.
No, I've got a handful that's been in there working with it a couple days now, just helping me stress test everything. Everything's been clear so far, so it's ready to roll it out and get people in there and start working with them.
So we got some people watching. Is there if anybody wants to comment, feel free. Like, what would you guys want to see in something like this? Like, what are you guys picturing? You can use something like this for. What is something that you want that is not currently available that you wish you could have developed custom that you can make work in your funnels?
Yeah, and to add on top of that, I mean, guys, we've got Charles here, like I've mentioned, and can't stress it enough. I mean, he handles all the certified partnership and inner circle members over at ClickFunnels. I mean, you don't get much higher than that up. So if you guys have questions for him on that stuff too, I mean, take advantage. He's taking his time here. It's, so good to have him on, and he's helped us a ton, man. So anything like that, any questions for Charles?
Yeah, while they're doing that, let's tell us some stories, man. Like, what's the most stupidest shit you've seen somebody ask you? Like, yo, what the fuck? Just an online marketer, you shouldn't be doing any of this stuff.
When we had lunch at Funnel, I'm sure you got so many, Charles. I can't wait. We had lunch at Funnel Hacking Live, and it was just hilarious to hear some of these. And then just to go ahead, Charles, answer, take the flight.
Now he's like, yo, shit, they're gonna know I'm talking about him. Don't worry, we don't have that many viewers, so don't worry about it.
No, I don't know, man. It's like, I just love the people that, going back to what I said earlier about testing, I love people that just don't follow through with what they're doing. And then when it breaks down, it's my fault.
Yeah, what'd you do, Charles?
My submit button's not working. I'm like, well, did you set the submit button? No, it's set the hashtag. It's like, so you just spent $300 in traffic sending it to a page that wouldn't convert for them at all because you didn't look at it.
So Colin has a good one. Colin has a good one. Something like Calendly, but you can track the conversion when a person books a slot in your calendar. So right now, Charles, and this is something that I'm working on with the CRM that we're putting together. But right now there's a problem for the local lead gen people. We have to embed calendars into our thank you pages for people to book. And what happens is none of those fucking programs that you embed the code in can track a conversion because it's done off their system. Is that a quick script? That's a whole fucking program, I think.
That's a great fucking question, Colin. We are so pissed about that right now. Seriously, that shit pisses me off. We've looked everywhere. We use Calendly. Can't do it's. Charles, what do you got on that one, man?
So because you're saying because it's I've never worked with Calendly, but you're saying that because it's happening inside the embed field that you can't track whenever somebody clicks on inside that.
Somebody converts inside that. So they converted in ClickFunnels to our thank you page, right? We got them opted in. Great. We got a fucking lead. But now there's the option, because we are using an embed to book them in our customers' calendars, right? When they go through that process, usually it's about a 20 or 30% at the most, right, Nick? That'll actually book, right?
30, yeah, we see 30 to 50.
Yeah, well, fuck you. So, so 30 to 50%, whatever, is going to book, but we can't really track the conversion on that end because it's not done through ClickFunnels. It's done through whatever these other systems are. So is there something that we can do?
Is there a custom thank you page you can send them to after they fill out their information?
Read my comment. Maybe he can chime in on. Oh, Ryan just messaged me. Let me see. Hard to do because it's embedded in an iframe and you don't have access to the elements. Schedule once will let you set a thank you page that you can pixel. So schedule once, but the other ones I guess don't.
Yeah, I mean, because like they said, because of the iframe, it's kind of funky with that. But what I'm saying is like like when you send them through the process, right? When they go and select their event or whatever day and hour they want to talk to you, is there a page you can send them to after that outside of the system? Because if you can redirect off of there, you just dump them into another page inside of ClickFunnels, and then you track that as a contact creation, because all of the contact information should still be in the browser, so that when they get pushed back to that page, it should trigger saying, no, that contact, we know who that contact is because he was just here. If they come through the opt-in page and they opt in, the system knows who they are. They're tracked now throughout all of their activity.
It looks like Calendly cannot do that, but other systems can send them to a different page. So I guess it's going to be up to the software that you use for the calendar booking column. But currently we're using Calendly. Nick's using Calendly, so fucking Calendly is not letting us do that.
Which sucks because Calendly is by far the cleanest and easiest to go through in the fucking.
It looks nicer in ClickFunnels versus all others. We've embedded other ones. Ryan, I think, what's the name of the one that we just used that looks pretty clean? Schedule Once. But the problem with Schedule Once is that it loads slower. So like when you get to that page, it's got the fucking little loading thing, and it takes
have that shit.
5 seconds, and that 5 seconds, will just kill it. So
you're done. Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to get into Calendly and see how it operates.
Yeah, man, that would be a huge. We are certainly.
There has to be some way.
Yeah, we're certainly not the only people with that problem. And Calendly, in my opinion, in our opinion over here, is so far and away better as far as the user experience than anything else we've tested that it might be worth taking a look into, because we know we're not the only people with that problem. Again, I want to say that was a great question. That's something that really tilts us, that they can, have set up. So that might be worth checking out.
Give us another war story while somebody else gives us another question.
Dude, I don't have war stories, man. I deal with all the most pleasant, awesome people. I have
everything at ClickFunnels is perfect.
It's a culture.
I want to hear some shit.
It's sunshine and rainbows all the time.
I'm gonna Howard Stern here until you fucking give us some dirt.
I mean, I really don't. I mean, most of the stuff is just it's 9 times out of 10 is user error. Now, I'm not, ClickFunnels is software.
Problem in chair, not in ClickFunnels.
Do what?
Problem in chair, not in ClickFunnels. Picnic.
Right.
So yeah.
No, I mean,
what are the dumbest? Give me a fucking top 5 dumbest user errors you've seen.
Well, number 1, or I'll start with number 5. Number 5 is the submit button. People don't pay attention what they set that button to. So they're sending all kinds of traffic. Like, I mean, it happens all the damn time. Even 3 years later, it's always there. Like, they don't set the submit button. They send a whole bunch of traffic, and then they're yelling at us because they didn't get any conversions. It's like, well, if you just would have looked at it, but
If you just would have ran through your funnel one time.
Yeah. I don't get it. I mean, I get the idea that it's gotta, happen fast, but it's just like take the time to you're just literally throwing money out the wazoo at that point. People who don't know, or another thing is like people who will argue with me because they'll get a tracking code or something, and whatever system they're using that up tells them you need to put it before the body close tag. And they get to me and they're like, I can't find the body close tag. Where do I put this? And I say, you put it in a footer tracking area. No, that's not where it's supposed to go. And it's like, yes, that is. And it's like, no, it's not where it's supposed to go. So like one time I wrote out like a diagram of like the structure, the DOM structure of an HTML page. And I was like, footer, right before the closing body tag. And then sent it off to them.
Yeah, people were arguing with you about where to put it when you're like the head of support. That's incredible.
But you don't know who you got most of the time on the other line. I mean, we've been through so many transitions of support systems. Like now you guys have it made. You got somebody that'll pop up on there, talk with you. But back before we were doing like the live chat, it was all through email, and oh my god,
Oof.
man,
Yeah.
those were tough days. And it bothers me because ClickFunnels is a great software. Russell, Todd, Dylan, Winter, all of them, they've done a tremendous job as far as building this beast. And a lot of people don't really wrap their head around how much has to go into something like this to function properly. It's going to break. I mean, that's just how life fucking is. But that one group I was in where they were like, ripping apart. I don't think it was part of you guys. It was another group, but they were just giving so much shit against ClickFunnels. And it hurts you, when you've been with the company for that long. It's like people just don't realize, where we started and where we're at now. But you got complainers, right? You got people that'll complain if fucking sign gives them $1 million. They'll find something to bitch about it. But
yeah, absolutely. Look, we know ClickFunnels and these things aren't perfect, but where it's going and the capabilities it can do is absolutely incredible. We're using it for like 2% of its capacity right now with the Edison suite and all the new Actionetics and the backpack and all you can do in the tracking and the back end. And I mean, it's basically almost an all-in-one thing. But yeah, like you said, sometimes shit fucking breaks, and half the time it's recently it's been like servers on the back end. It has nothing to do with you guys. It's fucking other servers are going down.
That's a problem. When you're fucking spending money driving traffic to a fucking ClickFunnel page and ClickFunnels is not up, and you're spending fucking like $100, $200 a day, and you're wasting fucking dollars.
That doesn't happen. I mean,
it doesn't happen. It happened fucking 2 times last year that I can think of off the top of my head.
2 times last year. 2 times.
Amazon's balls and try.
Fuck this year, man. Happened 2 times this year.
I'm a ClickFunnels fanboy, but I will say the one time it was really an issue was like Amazon was down, like half the internet was down that day. Like there's nothing you could do there. Like everything was broken. And it's
all the DNS attacks and shit like that. I mean, I'm not gonna say ClickFunnels, like I said, is not without its faults, but I mean, looking at its uptime compared to most others in the.
I don't know. Like I
where we're at.
I think Ben will have some stuff to say about it on here, right? Good thing he's not. Brian just said get Ben in there. But I've used both Instapage and ClickFunnels. Instapage's uptime I've never had an issue.
But you gotta also understand, because ClickFunnels is the direction is 100,000 customers, and the code that was written for the initial project is now being all rewritten in the background. So a lot of those kind of hiccups that were happening at the beginning of the year was simply because they were merging the new back-end, more robust code in with the old code.
Yeah, and so we use Instapage heavily. We run a ton of traffic to Instapage. We spend a lot of money with it. But that's because we've got, a new landing page. We've got a new client. I'm using ClickFunnels every time. The functionality, the building of it is just so much crazier. You can do so much more amazing stuff on there in order to, it's ridiculous. And think about how much better it is now than it was like 4 years ago. I mean, guys who are listening to me, just imagine, having to have pay a developer to literally build you sites on WordPress. You have to know how to do it yourself to build these pages, and it would cost a ton of money. I mean, the tools that we have are just so incredible these days. And, Charles just spent, 45 minutes describing another one. The key is just to have all these tools where we can automate and streamline things and make them as quickly as possible. Like, I'm not against fully custom websites or anything like that, but for opt-ins, things like that, it's not necessary. You can build these things and you can really make a ton of money driving traffic to them because of the ease of use, the simplicity, and then you've got tools like what Charles went through in ClickFunnels that are just so great for us to have.
Like I wouldn't even I can't use another editor. Like if I'm not going in to hard code a website, like I will not. I get people who come with me with WordPress all the time, and I'm like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
I will not go mess with WordPress.
I was editing a thank you page in Instapage the other day, and I got so pissed off because I'm so used to doing all the stuff in ClickFunnels, and Charles, I'm going through the certification process and all that, so I'm spending a lot of time in the editor, and I got so annoyed with how broken it was on the back end and how much better ClickFunnels was. Like, once you understand the different boxes, then it becomes so intuitive. Like, I get it; it's a little annoying sometimes having to click through and highlight stuff. But Charles, you had a great quote at Funnel Hacking Live when we were at the house. You're like, just watch the fucking videos. They teach you how to do it. It's like, we've got these great videos that nobody wants to watch.
Yeah, and that would be probably the number one war story. It's just
we're still number 2 and 3.
There's a support channel for a reason. There's an article database for a reason, and it's like you could get your answer solved in like 5 minutes instead of waiting 30, 45 minutes for somebody to message back. If you just
you're talking about 30 to 45 minutes is for certified partners in Inner Circle. Everyone else has got a 2-day wait, bro.
No, we've done a lot better. We were on a high, or they were on a hiring frenzy. Got a lot of people in, so I think we were down. The average wait time was like 34 minutes, about company wide.
Okay. All right. So what's number 3?
Oh, dude, people that
He's laughing. Here it comes.
look like they. How can I put this?
You don't have to be political here, man. Just fucking spit it out.
Stop trying to put like 80 funnel steps in a funnel. I got into a funnel. This was probably about a year and a half ago. No lie, there was 110 funnel steps in that one funnel. They were using one funnel to continuously create new pages over and over and over and over.
And maxing out their 20 funnels or whatever they give you.
I don't know. I guess. But it was like the guy was sitting there and he was, I guess he must have like severe ADHD. That's the only thing I can come to. Like or either that or he's like OCC about everything's got to be, because everything was named like page 1, page 1A, page 1B, page 1B. And I'm getting in there and I'm trying to work with him, trying to figure out, which page it was. It was because he wasn't very descriptive as far as what exact page it was to work on. I was supposed to hunt through 150 pages to try to find where that one page isn't submitting this information. Like, you don't need. I mean, that was an extreme case of it, but your sales funnels, you don't need 50 pages. You don't need 10 pages. You need to be, less is more. Or 3 or 4 pages max, unless you have like a membership area doing like affiliate funnels. Like don't focus on trying to have 15 different steps as you're moving people through. OTO products. That would be number 2. You don't need to put 5 fucking OTO products back to back, right? I see people do that all the time. It's like
Somebody's asking about that right now. They want to put more products on the OTO page.
Yeah, I guess right now because it's. I mean but see that can be fixed. Right now, you don't need ClickFunnels to do anything for that. That's a quick script that you could have 15 products on the OTO page, and whatever product, whatever button that they click on, it JavaScript or the jQuery would swap the order ID out with that purchase. So I mean, yeah, that can be.
Or like, hey, here's 10 products on my OTO. Let me buy 5 of them and not the other 5.
Yeah, you could.
Or 1.
No, I mean, I guess you. I haven't messed with like the quantity selector, but being able to offer more than just because right now if you get an OTO product, you can only do yes link or yes link -2, so you can only run 2 on each OTO page. But easy little script, and you can add it to where
that's a Google script that can be added.
Yeah, that can definitely.
Somebody's that. So you got another one. You got another one to write down on that list of yours.
There you go.
What about? I know they were talking about at Funnel Hacking Live. Before we get to number 2, I know we're talking about Funnel Hacking Live is the Shopify integration. Where's that at?
The Shopify, no, honey. The Shopify that was started to come out at that second event, I believe. I don't know, like I'm not really part of the integrations team, so I don't know exactly why that didn't take off. But I think it was, I don't know. I think issues with the way that they were trying to set up their API. Their end, not sure though, but I know that a lot of people, the e-coms, be doing something like that outside, like as a third-party project, be able to offer those types of purchases. That's a little bit more in depth, because then that's writing API code, submitting information properly. But I have thought a lot about the Shopify group because like Lead's a big
he's commenting.
Lead's a big ecom person. So that's definitely in the works as far as trying to figure out a way to synchronize between us and Shopify, but I don't know how far I can go into that before I have to where I'm actually starting messing with them. I got you, brother. I got you. We gotta figure out. We gotta get together. So we'll need to set up a meeting.
Promo code on the order form.
That's that I think Jamie built something for that. It's just a simple script. Get down.
The scripts are so simple, man. If they were so simple, everybody would be writing them.
Yeah.
But they are. Like, they are simple.
I could use that right now because we're about to launch another product funnel. Ryan's working on the thing. It'd be nice to have a fucking promo code thing for it.
I mean, the easiest way to do that though is just people who are going to that promo. You just send them to a different funnel, and that's already all set up. So like when they get a promo coupon or something, it's just got the URL pushing them to a different funnel at that discounted price. But I mean, script wise, when do you need it by?
When do I need it by? I'm not in a rush. I mean, it's looking nice, but
we can talk about it this weekend. And that can be added.
Look at that.
But I mean, that's not really more just design and display. That's more back end stuff. But yeah, like Ryan said, I don't know. I mean, it can definitely be done. I would just personally like if it was a coupon code, then that particular link on that coupon would push them to their own separate funnel where it's already discounted. And
a separate page in the same funnel, or like so we could have like 20 or 30 of them, or a whole separate funnel?
I would say a whole separate funnel. That way you clone the ones you have and put a discount price on the other one.
Yeah, because I guess one of the things too is like if you have certain discounts you want to give to, so say you're doing affiliate tracking, you got the affiliate link, right? I'm gonna have you buy this product off my ClickFunnels page, but I also want to give you a one-time discount if it's a monthly recurring. You should use a specific promo code attached to that affiliate. And I don't know.
Well, you could really do it in the sense of you would just have like it would be attached to the URL, and the page itself could grab that parameter out and alter the which product is being chosen at the time of purchase. So you would have like product A, product B, and then you'd have discount product A, discount product B, and depending on what's found in the link URL is whether or not you see the discounted product A or the full price product. That's doable pretty easily, actually.
Like easily for me or for you?
Well, it'd be the generator would do all the heavy load for you, so you wouldn't have to do anything but plug in something.
Okay, interesting. All right, what's number 2, and then we'll like kind of wrap it up. I know Nick's got something to do here.
Number 2. See, you cut me off earlier. I actually had number 2 planned up. I gotta think about it again.
I like the 110-page funnel, or the 110-step funnel, though. That's my favorite.
Well, I mean, it just goes into the, like I said, like with the whole OTO thing, it's like, yeah, you got an offer, but, you're going to piss that person off going through your funnel if they have to go through 5 different extra OTOs, and then you've lost them. They're not even going to give a fuck about what they purchased. They're just going to go and fucking call their credit card company and get a chargeback on your ass.
Yeah.
So it's like, less is better. Don't go crazy with it. And number 2, the big issue is when you're copying code over. Like I make it pretty easy. So like when you're on the page, in the generator part of it, when you click on the when you click on it, it selects everything for you. So many people, when they're doing their Facebook pixels, they'll go and throw it on their page and they don't collect the entire thing, or they miss some part of it. And the next thing you know, they're loading blank pages all day. And then they're yelling at us because, well, why is my page not showing? It's like, well, did you add a pixel to it? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, okay, that's where it's broken. They're like, because if you don't close out your tags properly in the header section, it breaks all the CSS for the rest of the page. Then you get a blank page loading, and that happens 50% of the time with the newbies that are coming in that don't understand programming. So when they promote it as saying you don't have to be a programmer, there's a little bit that you need to know, regardless of your level of programming.
But the thing is just putting it in the back funnel step. It's not even like you have to go into the actual funnel. You put it on the actual settings.
Yeah, I mean, because you can, like with Facebook pixels, you can pretty much set that one pixel up on the count wide. But they'll always because at the end of it, if you copy it over, like the comment section, the closed comment is usually left off. So then like the whole page just loads off blank because got that closed comment section.
Oh, that was when you clone the funnel?
No, like say you're in you're inside of ClickFunnels or inside of Facebook, and you grabbed your code here. A lot of people, when they grab it, they don't grab that last part, and so that comments out the rest of the page.
Copy clipboard that it does automatically for you. They try and highlight it all themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, they're fucking.
It would break the comment, so then pretty much the rest of the page is commented out, so it shows up blank, and then they're all yelling at us because their page is showing up blank. Like I said, most of the errors in ClickFunnels are user error.
Yeah, right. I just want to recap. Number 1, test your shit, right?
Yeah.
Make sure everything works. Check it on mobile. Check your freaking devices. Check browsers. Run it through, especially if you're selling something. You've got, something bigger than a 1-2 opt-in funnel. Make sure your shit works. It's really not that hard.
We already spoke about number 1, which was watch the fucking videos.
Yeah, okay, was that number 1? Whatever. Watch the videos, test your shit. Don't be a dumbass, right? Just
basically,
Nice.
We're all in the world of gotta do it now,
Yeah. It's so crazy.
But don't make it cost you $1,000 to figure out. You should have put a comma somewhere.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, Guru Scripts is gonna be launched very soon. Whoever's watching this, you can actually get access to it early. It's not available to the general public yet, right? Right, Charles?
It's not been released yet.
All right. So yeah. So
in its full
so
form.
I'll put a link to it in the comments of the video if you guys want to go check it out. Charles is gonna be completely adding shit to it per request. So if you ever have something and you're a member of Guru Scripts, when you become a member, you can say, hey, I need something like this, and Charles will have it back to you within 24 hours. That's his promise.
I don't know about the 24-hour business, but
he works pretty quick. So if it's something that he says is simple, which usually for him it is, then he can turn it around relatively quickly. And it'll be something that's constantly being added. So not only you thinking of stuff, but the other users within Clickfunnels, not only Clickfunnels, but Guru Scripts users can say, hey, we have a feature request. Here's something what we want. And they can start banging it out. So I'm thinking that down the road, there'll probably be 20, 30, 40 scripts there for like every little thing you can think of.
Yeah. I mean, that's my goal. Like I said, it's just going to be a vault of areas where you come in, you just plug in whatever you need, boom, you got your copy, and then you go put it on your pages. And I want to emphasize, it's not just ClickFunnels. This will work with anything. This will work with lead pages, optimized press, your own HTML sites, anywhere that allows you to put your own custom HTML, put in your scripts. Then
that's awesome. That's
awesome, man. Yeah, Charles, thank you so much for coming on, man. It's always good to talk with you. I'm sure I'll probably send you some messages here in the next week or two once I get going on my certification. I'll be out there in August, man. You going to be out there for the certification thing and all? That's actually going on right now, huh? Do you not go to those?
No. They actually got us coming out there here soon to go check out the new office. But as far as the events there, I don't go to that every quarter. No.
You got it, man.
I got too much going on here to
No, I know how busy you must be, man. But we definitely appreciate you coming on, sharing a bit here, and just chatting with us, man. It's been good. We'll have to have you back and see where Guru Scripts goes, and I'll have plenty. Sure, I'll have some things I'll be asking you about here in the next couple of weeks when I can dig in.
Sounds good, man.
All right.
What it's there for.
Cool. All right, guys. I'm gonna stop the broadcast here. Feel free to stay on here, Charles, if you want to chat for a little bit.
We'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow. We got a new one, and we're back Friday. Then we're gonna get some more people next week. We're gonna keep pounding these things out. We're gonna have some scheduled shit coming up here soon. And let's just keep growing. Hope everyone's doing great. Ask any questions as always in the group, and we'll be back.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right.
Peace.